Hi, I'm Monica, and this is Darren with Florida Property Detectives. Ask the Inspector is a show that will cover topics that are commonly found and flagged in a home inspection report.
Ask the inspector.
Ask the inspector.
Ask the inspector.
So let's get to it. Hello. Windows. What do we know about the importance to keep our windows free from any kind of damage? And basically we take clean windows or clear windows for granted. One thing we often come across is fogged windows, in addition to a few other things that we're going to be talking about in this video. So fogged windows can be a big deal for sure, and for multiple reasons, but one reason is that it's very expensive to replace windows. So what is it that causes windows to be fogged?
A window will get that fogged appearance when the seals that keeps the argon gas between the two panes of glass weather and crack and allow the gas to escape, and with that creates a vacuum which oxygen fills, and that's how the moisture gets between the panes of glass.
So when we do find windows that are fogged, and we are obviously flagging those windows in the inspection report, does that mean that they have to be replaced?
No, you don't have to replace them. It's a personal decision. Obviously, sometimes they're fogged at such a minor level that you can still see through them just fine. You have lost a little insulating factor, but here in Florida that doesn't mean too much.
So that makes a lot of sense. Temperature will kind of...
Yeah, and sometimes they'll be so fogged that you can't see through them, and then aesthetically you may want to replace those windows. But just because we flag a window as being fogged if it has a little condensation between the panes of glass doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be replaced immediately. It could be something where you replace one or two a year over a 2 or 3 year period. The ones that are most fogged maybe first, and save the others till a little bit later.
Right. Are there other tips on how to basically, I guess, maintain your windows to make them last longer?
One thing is to use them. Open them and shut them every once in a while. Inspect them in that way. See if there's any broken springs or broken components. Another thing that's very important is to seal around the exterior of the window. That helps to keep the moisture out from behind and underneath of the windows. Something that we see quite often when that hasn't been done is damage below the windows with that moisture coming into the home.
And the sealant does not last very long, and I think that's a surprise to most people how often you need to reseal.
Yeah, and it depends on the sealant that you use. I mean, we do houses sometimes where they've put interior sealant on the exterior of the home, and it's only going to last a year, if that.
Yeah.
The exterior sealant's much tougher, but it still is only going to last maybe 3 to 5 years, and then they should be resealed again.
Alright, so hopefully you learned some tips about windows, and basically you shouldn't leave your windows unused thinking you're doing them a favor. Do open them every now and then, and I guess that's really the most important tip, and seal around the windows.
Ask the inspector.
Ask the inspector.
Ask the inspector.
I mean, there are some gas. No, that's no good. That's just... is that condensation is allowed to enter between the two panes of glass. That's the boy with the lawnmower.
Cut!